Okay. So I will say one thing I find very strange right now is that there's already something there in the corner. Joint editor. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Actually, I have a few templates here. Well, it's just a sketchy person. Makes sense. Well, a little hard to see in the game. I don't know what to choose from, but maybe you can buy more like before. Even this looks pretty awkward, doesn't it? Jeez. But, okay. Man, if I can make the joints be all silly, I can't make them taller or whatever, but, like, I feel kind of obligated to just, like, let them float a little. If the game will let me, I feel like I should. Oh yeah. They not do anything this ridiculous. But... So how does this affect my collisions though? Like, do my collisions stay in the same place? That's a problem if so, I feel like. That's fantastic. Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't play with the feet because that will make it difficult to... That neck is on the right spot. I feel like I shouldn't play with the feet because it'll make it difficult to tell where I'm going to land when I'm platforming. I do believe this game still has platforming. I don't have anything in mind for like a creature to draw or whatever, but I do feel like something that's a little bit more floaty. Could be a fun way of taking advantage of this. Kind of the same way I gave Gur extra limbs before. In next chapter DS. Okay. Oh, okay. I can press the 2 button to connect it or move them apart for some reason. I don't think this is advertised anywhere. Strange. But, so what do we draw then? It might be a lot more difficult in this game to draw things that look like other things, honestly. I'm trying to think of anything that's kind of like Rayman-ish that I'd like to draw, but I can't think of much. Though I could, in theory, at least, draw like some hands here. And not draw arms. Jeez! Hold on there. No, don't try not to fill in the outline too much. You know what? This doesn't fit the floaty limbs thing, but I can think of, well, I can think of one character that's a stick character that would not look too bad on here. Maybe. But, I'd love to follow the tradition of making another Gur, but I don't know if there's a good way to pull that off here. Without just, like, spending forever trying to make something that doesn't look ridiculous. Oh. Thank you. Having history is awesome. I love the way I have that now. Maybe that's not the right color to use, though. I wasn't really thinking anything in particular when I just made it black and white there. Maybe like gloves or something. Again, we don't have any browns anywhere, do we? Not much to work with. Are you a good brown? You're a pretty okay brown. Give me a black for the moment. Also, there you go, keep these apart so they're not overlaid. I'll do the same on this foot. This is a little bit different than what I usually do, because right here I'm kind of just drawing something and trying to figure out where to take it as I do it. Instead of deciding up front, yeah, I'm going to draw this thing. I feel like the end result will be something kind of aimless, but we'll see. I do like the floaty limb stuff, though. Although at this point, I can even just leave the joints normal. Oh, well that didn't actually reset the joints, did it? They're not like... Oh, what in the world? Hold on. I can separately drag the... Oh. How's that work? So this is where they hinge. Interesting. I thought it would like need to total hard reset of the joints to where they started, but apparently not. I feel like that makes sense to do. Bring it in a little bit. Okay. Odd, but anyways. Just think that might animate slightly better. We do need a body of some sort, don't we? So far I'm kind of just going with colors. And then kind of giving them a scribble black outline. Which I don't think is going to make a super interesting character, but it is some place to start. I would not be against making some modifications as time goes on, either. Try not to go over the line, because you lose the sketchy look, or it hits the boundary if you do that. I feel like if you just give it some blue overalls at this point, I'm basically just making Mario. Which isn't really my intention in any capacity. I'm just trying to imagine what this thing is turning into. Be amazed how much precision it feels like this takes doing what I'm doing right now. For what's really just silly scribbling around. Doesn't have to be totally filled in, it's also like scribbles. Where do I want to go from here? So I was thinking I could at least still try to do a little bit of shady kinds of things. I mean, I don't really know what kind of shading especially, to be perfectly honest, but... So this guy so far actually does kind of have an outline now that I think about it, instead of being the the outline list thing I was thinking of before. Maybe I should undo that. Maybe I should get rid of these black bits. But at the same time, I kind of like the idea of having an outline for this particular character, just because I do dislike that asymmetric on the side here now. I just kind of try to fix this up a little bit here. It's not like you can't see the outline on this side. Why does the eraser have to be so... I could have a soft eraser. What? Oh. I have circle selected. What are you doing? Trying to fix this part back here is pretty rough. I guess that kind of works. Just don't like where it's, or the red is kind of escaping the black here. But, this is going a little too far for my taste. Okay, but, kind of like that, and then maybe try a little bit of likewise shading on the others. But anyways, like I was saying, for the player character, I think it might make some sense to have an outline where I might not otherwise, purely for the sake of ensuring visibility. So I do try to think of the gameplay a little bit too as I do this. Even scribbles, I feel like the little bit of shading adds a surprising amount of life to things. You have to select another color and select this one again. Just because it happens to be in the same spot. That's really annoying. I'm not super impressed by this coloring engine, to be perfectly honest. And then the question is, what in the world do I draw for a head? I also do think that having these floating limbs might make the animations look a little bit cleaner, because you won't notice that it's just a whole arm hinging on some particular location on the body. Instead, it's... I think it make it bounce a little bit and whatnot, but I think it might just animate a bit better compared to what I had in Drawn to Life, where you could see the whole limbs rotating and whatnot very stiffly. Anyways. What do we want for our head? The notion of drawing an original creature for this game is just so outlandish to me. Since when am I capable of original thought? I feel like I need to lower that head a whole lot. I do nevertheless like be able to move joints around like this. That's really nice. What color do I want for this? So I think it goes well with the red. It's like something kind of warmish. If I had a really like orange, I might try using that, but I don't think I do. I don't think it looks too bad. Whoa! Come on, we had something going there. It's a start. I think we could even potentially... I'd have to figure out what color to use for it, but... I was thinking an orange somewhere. I feel like this is like the exact hair color of Klaus from Other 3. Of all things to be reminded of. Ah! Jeez. Now, I was actually trying to make this skin colored. I was just trying to find some color that kind of worked. I guess that's kind of what ended up happening, though. I think I should have something that vaguely resembles the concept of a face. I could be wrong on that. Maybe that's not necessary. I don't have a darker version of this color. I just have like a paler one. Just barely distinguishable. I don't think that works very well, to be perfectly honest. Actually, that was not too bad there. I don't know if we want the scribble mouth or not. I think it looks pretty okay without it. I was still thinking I could, is this the orange color I was using? Yes. Do I have any darker oranges anywhere? I'd still like to, there we go. Play a little bit with the... No, that's not as dark as I'd like. Darker orange, of course, is mostly just brown, but... I know I was looking for browns already earlier. I'm entirely liking how this is turning out on the left border. I think I'd still like to have a little bit more black outline here. also look like eyebrows, which I didn't really mean here, but that's how we end up interpreting it. That's fine too, I guess. Is there a good highlight color for this? I think there's basically not. I feel like I kind of wanted to accentuate that tip there, but at the same time, that makes more sense lighting-wise for it to go here. If anywhere. Kind of like that. I don't know if there's anything that would make sense to use. It's kind of a shading color for the skin itself. Nah, not really that one. Yeah, the difference in hue is too obvious. Which bugs me, because that's like one of the most prominent parts of the character that you suddenly don't have any shading on. Yeah. Might try to make this work, I guess, something like that. Thought I should kind of did the orange here before this. Might put a little bit more orange here on top of this afterwards. It is something. I wish I could have a little bit of shading down here too, but I don't know if it's gonna... It's more like up here, but I feel like I could easily cover that back up. With the appropriate colors. Yeah, we're getting somewhere with this art style, I feel like figuring out a little bit how to make it something that I actually like use, rather than it just being something that's forced on me. Maybe just a last little bit of like some kind of highlight on part of the body here. I think it should be thinner at the bottom. Whoops. Not that button. Thank you. It's a start. It's a very odd little thing, but it is something, I think. Though I have more ideas, I can start playing with them on here. Wouldn't mind maybe like putting some kind of like symbol on the chest or something. I feel like parts of this end up being quite comparable to the, especially if I put like a thunderbolt on the chest or something like that, it would be very comparable to the title screen character. But wait, that wasn't supposed to be the name of the... Okay. Yeah, we'll do that next time. I didn't name the... Whatever, sure. That was supposed to be my name.